Hi, my YouTube family. It's see your girl, Juliet Chinelo from Farm Habitat. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I have got a very exciting, informative topic to discuss with you. And the topic will be revolving around pregnancy. And that is why I'm in the inner room, because it mostly happens in the inner room, right? Okay, so before I carry on with the topic, I would just want to drop mine with you guys. What do you think? Are you moving with the changing narratives? Do you still think that pregnancy is just something you walk into, you dabble into it, you wake up one morning, oh, I'm pregnant? Or do you think that pregnancy should be planned, then achieved by the couple that want baby? So use the comment section. Let me know which school of thought you belong to. Okay, so before we carry on, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you're yet to do that, now is the right time. Use the subscription button and do that. And if you are a returning subscriber, we want the time upcoming. That is how we mark attendance around here, and your beautiful comments will keep me rolling and rolling up more. So guys, thank you, and don't forget to share this video. It's going to be a bunch of information. It's going to be very informative. Do not deprive anyone from getting this video, so that let's see how we can help women walk through pregnancy and deliver like the Hebrew women more, and also how we can reduce spiritual warfare during pregnancy, how we can make people to actually understand that most of what they tag spiritual warfare is from not planning properly, is from not putting the right buttons in the right place before becoming pregnant. So let's get started. I would like to shovel also a little bit with you with the situations, with the narratives when I was growing up, with the happenings in my neighborhood and my extended family. There was this thing in vogue then. Most families had like the minimum case most family had was like 6 children, some as big as 8, and even a dozen. Those of us from BC would understand better. A typical woman married or from BC targets 12, so that she will have a cow slaughtered for her for the marvelous work her wives did, pushing out 12 children. No offense, please, that's just a joke, but those from BC will understand better. But what strikes me is that those days you don't talk about you are forbidden from talking about pregnancy, childbearing, child spacing, family planning, and anything that pertains to pregnancy, because because people believe, or there's this belief that Chukwu obioma na-enye ọmụmụ, and Chukwu obioma nyere ụmụ ga-ewete ihe a ga-eji azụ ha. If you're not Igbo and you don't understand the language, what that translates into is that God gives fertility, and God that gives children will provide the means with which they will be trained. So this belief trends more among the average and towards the poorer group, and what they do is just to double shoot and spontaneously give birth to children, and few years down the line, you would notice that the two elder ones would be hawking on the street to support the family, and the younger ones probably sent away to do childmaid's job. And the reason why they do this, I actually don't know, but I'm thinking probably that's their advantage, the advantage they think they've got in order to outnumber the society. They want to increase their ancestor, their generation, or they just do it for fun. Please use the comment section. Let's rub minds together on why people, especially the poorer ones, we are just into that spontaneous baby making process back in those days. So I will try to just go straight to why I'm here now. So as you guys know, Famabita will mainly what I mentioned is to give you that information where possible, so that we believe in preventing most of the times. If you have the right information, if you are informed, you prevent certain things from happening, certain medical conditions from happening, and even if they would happen, it would be mitigated. It would not be as it would have been if you do not have that information at your disposal and do something about it. And we also advocate for victims of medical malpractice, negligence, exploitation, and those whose informed consent was breached. And if you are unsure on what the red flags are, or what is under or above the line when it comes to medical malpractice, get informed, get in touch, we'll walk through it with you. So based on that and who we are, today I'm going to be giving you 4 reasons why you should not joke with planning pregnancy, so that you don't spend the rest of your life or your 40 weeks pregnancy praying, fighting spiritual war, whereas the problem was a physiological one. Or you don't spend the rest of your life caring for a deformed child who would depend on you for the rest of his or her life. If you can avert it with the knowledge you would get today, why not stay to the end of this video? So the number 1 reason why Famabita strongly believe that you should plan for pregnancy is physiological reason. It is very important that the physiological state of a woman who is going to carry this baby for 40 weeks is perfect or near perfect prior to pregnancy. And what do we tend to achieve by doing this? That will help the changes in the body during pregnancy not to be awful, not to be life-threatening, not to be as worst as it would have been if the body wasn't in a good physiological state prior to conception. And that will even reduce the chances of giving birth to a baby with deformity or certain intellectual disability. So if you can avoid it, why not try and do something? And so we would I've classified the physiological reasons into 2. I will be talking about weight, then the second one I'll be talking about under physiological reason why pregnancy should be planned is deficiency of certain micro and micronutrients. I won't be dwelling so much on weight because I know you and I know better. The issue of maintaining ideal body mass index, BMI, has been overflagged. We know it is very important if you want to be in a good state for your weight to be within the medical recommended state. And for women that have given birth previously that suffered complications like eclampsia and gestational diabetes. They know that bringing down their weight to the ideal BMI would help them, and most other women that are trying to conceive to prevent complications such as those two I named from setting in. And if peradventure the setting, it will help in making it lighter, if you understand what I mean. And in worst case scenario, women that are obese cannot even achieve pregnancy. I have seen a success story where obese women, just mainly by shedding few kilos or pounds, achieve pregnancy, had their success story just by shedding up some weight. So issue of weight, you wanna know better. Try as much as you can to be at your ideal BMI before you dabble into pregnancy. That will help you to have a smoother journey. And now we will go to my area, the area of medication, and that is my favorite area to talk about. There are 4 vitamins that I'm going to be discussing today on the physiological reason why you should prepare for pregnancy. The first one I'm going to be talking about is folic acid. Folic acid is one of those that is actually recommended that you can start pre-conception before you even start trying. You can start as early as 6 months, 3 months before conceiving, and folic acid will help you prevent your fetus from having deformities such as spina bifida. You see, no witch or wizard is casting anything. Most times it's you not doing the right thing. So folic acid, very important. The second vitamin I'll be talking about today is potassium iodide. Why potassium iodide is not recommended that you started prior to conception because of the side effect and the toxicity if you have it if it's high in your serum blood level. It is among the first tests your GP in a developed country runs on you once you report that you're pregnant. If you are deficient in it, you like start it right away. And the benefits of potassium iodide is just enormous. Potassium iodide helps the woman mainly. You know, the changing thyroid function, the whole hormonal changes that happens in a woman's body when she's pregnant. This vitamin help keeps her under check, thereby making pregnancy journey and symptoms bearable for the woman. And also it is indicated in the overall cognitive function of the fetus. If you don't want to have a child with impaired cognitive function, do not miss checking your potassium iodide level and doing something about it before it is late. And the third vitamin that I will be talking about today that is very important to ensure the physiological state of a pregnant woman is the vitamin B6, that is your regular pyridoxine, and it is one of the content of your regular B complexes. I actually do not have a problem if you want to go by your B complex instead, but I find that pyridoxine, that is B6, is more radially not available compared to the rest of the B complexes because most of the food we eat, we cannot actually derive enough of it from there, so is most often find deficiency in most women compared to the other B complexes. And this vitamin is very important. Research studies has proven that it has helped millions of women deal with hyperemesis gravidarum, aka morning sickness, that about 50% of women suffer from during pregnancy. So having this vitamin deficiency can worsen morning sickness in women during pregnancy. So if you can deal with morning sickness without dealing with antiemetic just by fixing deficiency of a vitamin, why not explore it? And also this vitamin is very important in the brain development of your baby and the general nervous system of your fetus. So, and I know we mothers like having brilliant children. Everyone looks forward to that. So why not ensure from day one that your baby's brain is well developed just by making sure that you have enough of this vitamin prior to becoming pregnant or taking it while pregnant. Why target the spiritual warfare whereas it's a physiological one? So pyridosine, very very important. The fourth vitamin that I will be talking about today is your vitamin D3. We know that vitamin in women that are deficiency in vitamin D3, they are more likely to give birth to children that have bone growth issue, and in worst case scenario the baby can present with wrinkles, that is flexible bones, and deficiency of vitamin D can pose a serious risk to the mother as well, because in research it's being found that women who have severe deficiency of vitamin D, that's the serum level being less than 50 nanometer, can have serious eclampsia, diabetes, low weight baby, or even give birth to preterm babies. So why not avert this if you can? Information is the key. Now you have the information on why some women give birth to preterm babies, or why they give birth to low weight babies, and you think it's spiritual attack, someone eating you up, whereas you didn't fix what you were supposed to fix prior to becoming pregnant. Now you know better. And before I round up this physiological reason why you should plan for pregnancy, we know that pregnancy on its own comes with certain discomforts, symptoms like persistent weakness, lethargy, irritability, shortness of breath. Just name them in the comment section, the symptoms that you have, the signs and the things that you suffered from when you were pregnant. And it might burst your bubbles to also know that deficiency of some of these vitamins presents similar symptoms. So what that means, if a woman is not in a good physiological state by fixing this vitamin prior to pregnancy, and pregnancy sets in, there will be like synergism, that things will worsen and she will really have a hard time because of the feelings will be intensified. So avoid it if you can. The second reason why I strongly advise you to plan for pregnancy is psychological reason. Psychological pertains to your mental health and state. You know, there's no marathon in making babies, there is no competition in number of kids, but the way most families, in-laws, friends, society present it, it makes it look like there's a competition. If a woman just get married 1 year, 2 years, they don't know if the couple are planning to settle, understand themselves, get used to having each other around first. It'll be like pressure What's happening? Baby's not coming. And if the paraventure give birth to the first baby, 1 year down the line, they will be on the woman. What's happening? You're not. When is the second? When are you giving your first baby a sibling? Why not just get done with childbearing and know you're done with it and live your life? But we don't know what is actually going on behind the doors for the couple. Some people after their first baby struggle getting used to having a new member of the family, and some get used to that within a while. So you should respect that. Allow the couple to settle with their new family member, the first baby, before they can go for a second one. I've seen this escalate pressure in families, and before you know it, the first baby came, the couple are not ready having additional member of the family around. Second baby came, the pressure get intensified, the demand for both parents increases, argument, chaos on the home, before you know it, divorce. So I would tell you right away now, even your mother as the woman, I've got no right to tell you when to make more babies. You know when you are okay with the addition to your family and ready to go for a second one, because you are the center of it. Or if you can't cope with the pressure, it is your relationship, your marriage that is breaking out. And also we've seen medical people under medical advice not to quickly jump into making second babies. People were advised, maybe because of complication they have in their previous pregnancy, to give it some years to heal, and people keep pushing. And you see these women becoming pregnant to meet up with societal pressure and gambling with their lives. So you know better. Only you and your partner should tell yourself when you're actually ready. And also, if you come to weigh it again, some women suffer from full-blown psychosis during pregnancy, and some other very bad postpartum depression, and the time for the healing varies. Some heal faster than the other. So until you heal completely from the mental issue you had, from the depression you had in your previous pregnancy, do not allow anyone to push you into making another baby. It's all, you are just at the center of it all. So do what is best for your health. Okay guys, having said all that about our psychological health and psychological reason why you should plan for pregnancy, I would go to financial reason. I know some people will be like, you don't just get enough money, and if you're looking for money to have kids, you might wait forever. And some are still of the opinion that pregnancy brings fortune, it opens the door, that once you find a partner and you're fertile, open it up and let kids flow out. Why I still try to reconcile it around my head in the belief that children brings fortunes, open doors, and wealth. I strongly recommend that you don't bring any child into those life to suffer. There are at least basic essential amenities that should be in place before you talk of the word preg. You should make sure that there's food for the baby, there's shelter, there's clothing, basic amenity. As it sounds, basic should be there. They are basic. Don't expect or think that the fortune will come once the pregnancy is announced. And you know, things are hard and things are changing. People are getting wiser, getting more organized and planned. You know, these days it's common for people to organize themselves to the extent that people plan where they want to birth their baby even before conception. I've seen people like planning, I'm going to birth my baby in Canada, US, UK, things like that. So all these are financial planning. Yeah, people actually plan. And also I have seen working class women piling up their yearly monthly leaves into having one, two, couple of leaves, and they will now conceive. And depending on your location and what is obtainable, those that have like 6 months maternity leave will have the saved yearly leave they've accumulated added up, and they will be having like nearly a year to go off and nurse their little one when it arrives. So all this are financial planning, because they will still be receiving income while they are at home nursing the baby. And also I have seen women switching in between jobs or trying to get something like stressful to do while they're planning pregnancy. So don't think that people still live in that era that children bust white bubbles open and they don't just plan and walk into it and have really hard financial terms. And the last reason why I strongly recommend that you plan for pregnancy, I'm going to be talking about today, is social reason. A lot of attention actually has not been given to this one in particular. Yeah, those of us that are outside our domain, that what I mean, those of us that are outside, maybe living in the West, where we don't have family close, we don't have close friends, relative and friends, where the next door neighbor don't know you. We know how that feels, and especially if you got screwed by a husband who works tirelessly to put food on the table that you don't see often, or a husband who is studying. You know how that feels, that, and especially if you don't have if it is your first child again, you're just home alone, no sort of social life. Sometimes so you get withdrawn, it's depressing, and some women in the West, I've seen them taking solace into drinking. So all this add up and worsen depression and postpartum depression during pregnancy and postpartum depression as well. So in those situations, what I would recommend, most times it is what it is. If you live away from family, then there's not so much you can do. The only thing I would recommend that you do is to try and socialize as much as you can, so that you can have one, two trusted friends around, and also you can busy by settling into a routine, what you do, where you go, and all of that. You keep busy all through the day while you're pregnant. It doesn't really necessarily mean you have to be out and about. You could have a routine in the house, watching your favorite movie, playing your favorite game, or putting a call to your loved ones, just keeping your social life up. That will help, because there's a way the human system is. If your social life has got a problem that got interwoven into your psychological health, before you know it, the physiological one sets in. All of them are just interwoven, and you have an awful pregnancy experience. So social reason, social life while pregnant is as important as your mental and your physiological health. I hope you all enjoyed this video, And don't forget, the essence of it is for us to minimize the rate at which we think that certain physiological problems that happen during pregnancy are spiritual attack, which is wizard, and we stay all through fighting spirit. We stay all through in spiritual warfare in a pregnancy, where we are meant to be relaxing and meditating, enjoying the moment and all of that. So do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time, and above all, share this video. Do not forget. Bye for now.